Punnett squares are basically a way to set up a prediction of offspring if you know the genotypes of the parents. And again, remember what I said yesterday. Genetics, during meiosis, everything is chance. When you're predicting offspring, it's probabilities, okay? So everything in genetics is chance and probabilities when you think about this class. So I'm going to go over ways on how to solve a Punnett square or set up a Punnett square. And in order to do that successfully, you have to know the vocabulary. So that goes back to what we talked about the first day. So I always have to give you a scenario. And in this case, the scenario is that purple is dominant to white. And we're going to cross. That means parents. I have their genotype. And one of them is a hetero purple. And the other one is white. Or I have their phenotypes, but I know their genotypes because I'm including hetero. So the hetero means what?
Opposite. Like different?
Different in what way? In genes, what's different?
It's a capital P,
A capital and a lowercase, okay? So the first thing we have to decide is what letters are we going to use?
P.
P because purple's dominant. And we're always going to choose the first letter of the dominant trait. So for a dominant trait, we're going to use what letter? Capital P. And for recessive? Lowercase p, okay? Step 2 is to figure out the genotypes of the parents. So we know one is hetero purple. What's the genotype? Capital P, little p, and the other one's white. Little p. Good. Now, this is my preference, but you are entitled to whatever you want. I just try to be consistent. In my brain, it's easier to put the first parent on the top and the second parent on the side. Okay? One allele goes in one box and one allele goes in the other for each parent. So the top for me would be one capital P, one lowercase p, and on the side?
One capital P.
Lowercase
P first.
Lowercase p, because this is parent 2, which is white.
Oh.
Okay? Parent 1 is purple, hetero. Parent 2 is white. Okay? I'm always going to consider this to be box 1, this to be box 2, this to be box 3, and this to be box 4, because when I ask you questions, I want to know that you're on the same page with me. And when we use Nearpod, you're going to be filling in those boxes. I may ask questions like that. So who could tell me what goes in box 1?
Capital P, little p.
Capital P, little p. You're going to bring one down and one across, like a multiplication chart. Box 2.
Two lowercase p's.
Two little p's. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Box 3.
Capital P, lowercase.
Capital P, little p. Julia, box 4.
Lowercase P, lowercase.
Lowercase p.
I have a question.
Yes. This is our cross. This is step 3. We have to, these are all the questions I'm going to ask you on the test. I'm going to give you a scenario. You're going to put the parents there. You're going to determine what letters to use. All of those things matter. And then you're going to tell me about the offspring. So, and you're always going to tell me about the offspring in percentages. So what is the percent? Let's start with phenotypes because it's a little bit easier. What does phenotype mean again?
Visual.
What you see, their physical characteristics. So what is the percent of visuals in the possibilities of every time I conceive? Let's say I'm the purple parent and my husband's the white parent. Every time we have children, I have a possibility of having this, what? Half purple, half white. So it's not like I'm going to have 2 purple children and 2 white children if I have 4 children. Every time I have children, I have a 50% chance of having a purple child and a 50% chance of having a white child.
Oh, wait.
Now, wait, just wait. What is the genotype percent? What is geno again? Shh, raise your hand. The letters. So what is the genotype percent? Perfect. So half is like saying 2 out of 2, right? 2 out of 4, I'm sorry, percent chance. So that's where you get half, which is like saying 50% chance. Those both types questions can be asked. Like, give me the percent chance in half or 50%. but it'll be consistent. And you won't be most likely writing it, it will be given to you, okay?